Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Fishing with Darian 53 on the YouTubes. Hey, today is the day. I'm not sure if y'all seen the video, but I purchased a Minn Kota 55-pound thrust power drive trolling motor. So today I will be installing that. I had to go out and purchase. By the way, it's going to be taking the place of my Troll King pedal assist that I purchased for the first time. But I have the mount, as they call it, from Cattail USA. That's a company down in Texas, actually local, right up the street from me, almost in Fort Worth, Texas. Thanks, Cattails, for the prompt shipment of my product as well. They're not a sponsor of this video now. Don't get me wrong, they're not a sponsor, but they sure put me on the map with this one. So we're gonna be installing the mount, as they call it, for the Troll King. I'm sorry, for the Minn Kota power drive. Also, I had to go ahead and purchase another remote for the power drive because the remote I have here was kind of damaged, but yeah, he gave it to me anyway. But hey, I have to replace it with a new one, so might as well do it right instead of doing it wrong. So I had to replace that. And as y'all can see, here is the Minn Kota power drive, 55-pound thrust trolling motor. iPilot, GPS, spot lock, mapping. This is going to give me to stay on the spots once I'm there instead of trying to anchor down and things like that. And basically, iPilot, it'll take me to the spot as I'm going, or it can kind of lead me back out if I have something to be doing while I'm on the boat, things like that. But this is the motor. First off, we're going to have to take the covers off, side covers. Now the instructions or the boat heading on here is a Philip 3, number 3. I don't have a number 3, but the number 2 works just as fine, look like. So 2 boats, one here and one here. We'll just take these babies out. Very simple, seems like. Very simple. 2 boats on this side. Once again, like I said, the screw head on here is calling for a Philip number 3 tip, but as you can see, a number 2, which I have here, is working just fine. All right, we got that second cover off, and now we're gonna kind of clean this up a little bit because it seems like it's kind of dust. That's not gonna affect anything like that, but I usually try to like to clean my items up and everything, keep them nice and neat and everything. So we're gonna clean it up, and we're gonna get this mount on here, and we're gonna get to see what it's like. All right, as you can see, I have cleaned the surface here and everything. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move this out the way because I'm thinking it might be easier to go ahead and mount the adapter first, and then we come back and mount the trolling motor on top of that. All right, as you can see, we have removed the power drive from the mount itself for the transom, and we're going to go ahead and set our adapter on. Man, I can't believe that, but I spaced my nav lights just perfect because that fits right in between there. Man, I'm glad that worked out. And as y'all can see how that mounts to the front there, so mounts to the front perfectly. And also you have your tightness there that you can tighten it up with, just the same as a regular trolling motor with the tensioners on it, but except it's going to be sitting up on a mount. And now we get to bolt everything down. All right, we're going to go ahead and tighten up the tensioners. That way, we'll be able to mount the trolling motor on the platform. We're not going to tighten them as tight right now because we're just basically want to get everything mounted in place before we tighten it too much. All right, we got the tensioners tightened down, and now let's go ahead and get that trolling motor and place it up here, and let's get it installed. All right, as you can see, we have the trolling motor up on top of the adapter, or the mount if you want to call it that. The holes are lining up pretty good. Only thing we have to do now is drop 2 screws in and mount them, tighten them, and we'll be done with this side. All right, what we're going to be using today is a 7/16 socket set for each end. As you can see here, we have the nuts and bolts here. Those are for the covers. But we have the nuts and bolts here, and we're just going to drop one here, and we're going to drop one here. Put a nut up under here. Put a nut up under here. Now let's ratchet it down. Second one. Both nuts are set in place on this side. Now let's go ahead and get to the other side and mount it. All right, it's time to mount the nuts and bolts to this side now. And again, we're just going to drop the bolts in. Bolts are in. Put the nut on. Put the other nut on. Once again, we are using a 7/16 socket set. Tighten that down. Tighten this one down. Okay, we have these 2 nuts and bolts mounted to the bracket now on this side. Now it's time to just go ahead and reinstall our covers. Just be careful when you're going back on that you don't pinch or anything like that. Make sure everything really lines up and everything. That's set in perfectly. We have the 2 screws that came out going back in with a number 2 Phillip, since I don't have a number 3 Phillip head or Phillip drive. Kind of wiggle it around. All right, that is tight on there. The other screw. Got that tight. Okay, we have the nut back in here and the nut screw back in this one. So the cover is on this side now. Now, let's go to the other side and put the cover back on over there. We have the other side of the cover now to be put back on. We'll just go ahead and mount that back up, making sure we don't overlap or anything like that. Take our screw, put that back in that hole, and tighten it up. Not so much to strip anything out as the heads to the screws or anything. Replace the number 2 screw. Now we have a completed covers putting back on the Minn Kota power drive, sitting on the mount, as they call it, from Cattail USA. Cattail USA. Sitting on their freshly mounted mount. Everything is secured. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. It's mounted. Now, let's check out the functionality of how this works. All right. From my understanding, to deploy the trolling motor, we have to press down on this, and it should kick it out to where it will deploy on its own. So let's press down on this. All right. So it's been depressed, and I'm thinking we go ahead and push this out. Oh, there we go. And it deploys. Wow, simple. But hey, you see it's working. So that's a good thing there. Okay. To put this back, I know we're supposed to pull in, and once it snap into the collar there, it's seated and it's stowed now. So good thing, good thing. Looking good, looking good. Okay. Since we have the Minn Kota power drive installed on the Pelican Bass Raider now, let's go ahead and take a look at the remote. Like I told you in the beginning, I had to go ahead and purchase a new one because the older one that I received was bad. It wasn't working. So let's get into our little remote here now. Okay, to get this powered on, we're supposed to hit that check mark there. All right, we got action. And it says you are responsible for the safe and prudent operation of your vessel. This product does not relieve you from the responsibilities for safe operations of your boat. Okay, I'm gonna have to agree to that because yeah, it's me that's operating, not this iPilot. Even though it's gonna be in my hand, but it's still gonna be me operating. They got a point there. All right, so let's go ahead and hit OK. All right, we got OK showing. It says motor not found. Well, that's because it's not stowed yet, or it's stowed and I'm pretty sure, and it's not plugged in or anything like that. But hey, there's the remote. So with that being said, let's get into the electronics of this trolling motor. All right, as y'all can see here in my hand, I have a 3-prong plug that I use on the old Troll King pedal assist that I had the trolling motor of my 40-pound thrust Minn Kota hooked up to. So basically what I did is just cut the wires from the Troll King pedal assist, rewired the Pelican Bass Raider plug to it, the new Minn Kota power drive. Basically, you can see it's still the same plug that I'm using for my Troll King. We just need to plug it in, match up the 3 prongs, and if you heard those 3 beeps, that means the Troll King has power to it now. I am so sorry, y'all. I don't know why I am stuck on that Troll King. I've upgraded from that now, so I need to get on the mindset of a Minn Kota power drive. Can y'all forgive me for saying that? Don't get me wrong. That Troll King did come in handy. But its sister or the brother of it is going to take its place for right now. I might have to come back to it, but I'm hoping I'm not. And let me show you real quick I mentioned this in the video from my previous video when I first got this, that this was damaged here. The plastic had broke on here. But what I've done is I've kind of cleaned that up, and I'm going to take some good thick plastic, cut a circle around, super glue it here, and it's going to continue to have it to where I can use this button. And as y'all can see, this still works. The battery meter on here, it still works. So that's good shape right there. It's still good. I'll still be able to tell when my battery is getting low. And as you can see right now, we're fully charged right now. So the battery meter still works for the Minn Kota power drive. So back to the plug. We got it plugged in. And as you've seen, we have power. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and try to drop this motor and see if we can get the iPilot to connect to it and do a little playing around with it. Okay, y'all. Y'all have to excuse my storage because it's kind of messy right now. But okay, as y'all can see, we do have the Minn Kota power drive deployed now. We have it deployed. And we're going to check out the remote now. Alright, as y'all can see, we have the Minn Kota deployed now. And it says the power drive, 55-pound thrust, 12 volt. And as you can see right here, we have the iPilot pairing, and I'm believing that's the Bluetooth signal. So let's get our remote turned on. And as you can see, it has a backlight to it. So we're going to say okay again. And it says options. I'm sorry, it says record and lock. So it's showing that it has found the motor. So let's go ahead and go in here, and it says record. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Options. Let's go ahead and hit options. Autopilot. Autopilot mode. Arrival mode. I don't know what all this means right now, but I don't know if we can get our backlight to stay on long enough. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a spot to get our backlight on. It says back and close. Let's hit back. Let's go to system and see if we can find somewhere where we can probably keep the backlight on a little longer. I think it's got to be we can control the backlight on here. So let's see. Para boat scale. Oh, wow, that's a lot of stuff on here. Let's hit back because that's not showing anything on that. Let's go ahead and go to options then and see if we can find some on here that has control for the backlight. Arrival mode. I wonder how that's working. Prop auto on. Sort order. That prop auto on almost sounds like maybe once you deploy the trolling mode, it automatically turns on. I'm not sure, but we're gonna find all that out. There we go. Backlight. I think I supposed to hit the check mark. Yeah. Brightness. Oh, there we go. Brightness and timeout. Now this remote is not really complicated to maneuver. Scroll down with the arrow down button. Back, close. No, oh, hit the check mark again. Hey, there we go. We got 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes. Let's do 5 minutes. I can replace the batteries. And I think we're supposed to hit the check mark. Yep, hit the check mark to close. Okay. I think I did it, right? Okay, so let's just say close. Let's see what happens. Okay, I think I fixed it because it hadn't went out yet. Been about 10 seconds, right? All right, either way it go, we got some backlight going. All right, we got the backlight on. We can see it says record and lock. And if we scroll down, it says options and system next. So let's just kind of go back up here And let's hit the left and right button. Oh, we got action. Let's hit that right button. Oh boy, I got a new toy, y'all. I got a new toy. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to get out on the water and play with this thing, y'all. Oh my gosh. I think the plus button. Oh, that says half a mile or half a speed, I guess. Is that what that says? A half a speed? Yeah, one speed, one half the speed, two speed, 2.5. Ain't nothing coming on now. Oh, whoa. Let me back up. I think I have to hit the propeller thing. Oh, before I do that, I'm glad it hadn't came on because I haven't even checked to see if I got clearance down there on the motor. Now let's check and see if we got clearance. Okay, it's looking like we got clearance, so we can get back on top and check it out. Oh, let me just make sure. Let me turn that propeller. That's pretty low to the ground. Oh yeah, that's not gonna hit that ground. Okay, since we checked our clearance, we're showing to be right about 2.5 the speed. Let's go ahead and hit that propeller button. Oh y'all, there it go. It's spinning. It's a spinning. Wow. Let's go to 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 9, 8.5, 9. I'm forgetting about those halves. 9.5 and 10. That's the full speed there. Let's back it back down. So that's half a speed. What is that gonna do? What is half of a speed gonna do? But I guess you gotta have it either way it go. Okay. A half a speed, y'all. Alright, I think to stop it, we hit the propeller. Yeah. Hit the propeller and it stops it. And then like I said, we have the left and right buttons here. So we hit that left button, right button, we got the right, hit that left button, turns it back to the left. Man, y'all, this is going to be nice. This here is a game changer right now. Even before it even hit the water. This is a game changer. All right, y'all. Let's just do a recap right quick. All right. We installed the Minn Kota power drive today with the iPod function, with the new remote control that I had to purchase. We reused the Pelican Bass Raider plug to power the Minn Kota. We got it paired up and we got it running, and we see it's running good. So the next thing we got to do is just get this baby out on the water and test it out on the water. All right, y'all. That's the end of this video. Like I said, once again, we just got to get out to the water and get this baby in the water and test all the features out on the water. So, if this video has been any help to you or anything like that, if you found it useful, like the video, comment, and share the video. It might help somebody out there that's going through the same situation as me to get this Minn Kota power drive installed. So, and also, let me tell you this right now. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. But hold on, let me let me caution you though. I need to put this out here. It's free. Why not? All right. Hey, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And we'll see y'all in the next video on the water testing this thing out. All right. Until next time, y'all be safe out on the waters.